Mr. Asit Ghosh, Chief Faculty of Ratambara Wellness Private Limited, Founder and Chief Mentor of Asit Ghosh Institute of Leadership and Excellence. Mr. Asit Ghosh is the Chief of Faculty of Ratambara Wellness Private Limited, which is a global wellness organization assisting human being to lead a life of sustained well-being. Ratambara imparts training to the academia and organizes wellness retreats and workshops in different parts of the world. Mr. Asit Ghosh is the founder and chief mentor of Asit Ghosh Institute of Leadership and Excellence. Mr. Asit Ghosh is an internationally acclaimed master trainer, certified wellness facilitator and coach, NLP master, keynote speaker, fellow of AMA. He is an alumnus of FMS, Delhi University, and ex-faculty of TMI, Denmark and Amity. Mr. Asit Ghosh is the winner of Bhaskar Award and listed in World's Who's Who. He has conducted over 1,500 seminars touching over 175,000 lives, hands counting. Asit Ghosh has been the only Indian speaker to address an international audience in the World Congress of the NGOs organized by World Association of NGOs, on June 9, 2010. Garden City University welcomes you.
GCU Lookout is an initiative for students to connect with the who's who of the industry, research laboratories, scientists, doctors, Nobel laureates, professors, TEDx speakers, and HR professionals. Today, we are honored to have with us an eminent personality, Mr. Asit Ghosh. I heartily welcome Mr. Asit Ghosh.
It's very exciting to be present here today. I was eagerly looking forward to an opportunity of addressing your students of the university, because this is a very special occasion. But seldom we get a chance to play our part in empowering the next generation. And they are in pain, they are in distress. In view of the current scenario, they're bewildered, they're absolutely confused, they don't know where to go. So when this task came to me, I couldn't just take it with a pinch of salt. I had to really work hard. I said, everything is changing. In the current scenario, we cannot have the old attitudes, old thoughts, old paradigms, because all disasters, all predicaments and onslaughts that come to human life basically bring a message. I look at it positively. I'm a die-hard optimist, so I don't get victimized by the fear so quickly. Easier said than done. But nevertheless, I look at it with a lot of expectations of something better to come. As it is well said in our scriptures, even this will pass away. So what's coming next? So I thought about it, and so I had to design my presentation with a lot of research in order to bring about some very relevant and powerful principles which would empower the next generation so that they can get the courage, the strength, the confidence to face what's coming in their life. And that's basically our job. And when we say the new things, I don't mean to say that we have discarded the old. What I'm trying to say is we need a refinement. By refinement, we mean that extracting those principles which are absolutely relevant and specific in the context of empowerment of the youth. So we have done some filtration work of eliminating certain motivational rules, principles, laws, which normally we talk to, boost the temperament and, enthusiasm of people. We have got into a deeper level of bringing to them certain solid principles, and in a manner that it is very easy to understand and they can remember them even without referring to the video or the notes. But making notes is very important. We are talking about redesigning our paradigms for facing the world on the backdrop of the present scenario, the challenges and the disasters which we are facing. So whole humankind is frightened and confused. And everyone is asking this question, what's going to happen now? What's going to happen now? And more for the youngsters who are fresh, approaching their careers, so they have the question, what will happen? What's there in store for me in the future? So in light of this, I said that I would bring my favorite, the great scientist and saint, if you will, because after this great man came into the science, a lot of new things have happened. The whole scientific paradigm have changed. And the scientists who are working today are not working on the basis of their linear thinking, that 2 and 2 is 4. The scientists are also exploring how 2 and 2 can be 22. So this credit goes to our great man, Albert Einstein. And he says, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. And this brings us around to this new outlook and our presentation titled, Know Thyself. This is a drop of wisdom, ladies and gentlemen. A drop of wisdom, just like a drop of sunlight. That's why we have this picture. Why this is a drop of sunlight and a drop of wisdom? Because this comes from none other than the great Socrates. From his time, and today it is imprinted in the towers, it is imprinted in the books, in the hearts of the poets and the authors and the management and the commercial world and the business world, in politics, everywhere. People have realized that only pursuit of the humankind is to know yourself. We love saying, according to David Thoreau, that we only see 10% of people. Very important. 10% of people, which means to say, whatever you see of me and I see of you is just 10%. And we have another 90%, which is invisible. Failures, frustrations are not due to the external 10%. It is due to that hidden 90% inside. And that's why when you pass out from the school and the college and you go for a job, nobody takes your outer view except your passport size photograph. You do not get a job because of your outer view. They take an interview because they want to know what can you do for them. What are your inner hidden talents, hidden potentials? So it's inside. Everything is inside. So my humble request to you, a very humble request to everyone who is listening to me right now, please close the chamber of your head as far as possible. Because head is very risky. It runs here and there and it misleads. The real headquarter of our achievement is our heart, our passion. Your heart has a ear, your heart has an eye, your heart has a smell, everything. So open the chambers of your heart and feel every word that I'm talking to you. If we feel it, then it will unleash, it will uncode a lot of portals, and that's the purpose of it. So welcome to this drop of wisdom, Know Thyself. Now, the 7 evergreen principle, each one of them represent one color of the Vidya. Because you know, the sunlight is colorless, but when you get deep into the prism, you get the 7 colors. So in our presentation, this drop of sunlight, Know Thyself, will be opened as 7 colors in the form of 7 principles. And here are the 7 colors. So welcome to you in this Know Thyself program. And here are the principles around you. You are in the center yourself. I remember one of the profound authors and speakers, Dr. Stephen Covey. I used to love and I had the opportunity to listen to him when he came to India, and he spoke about principle-centered leadership. We are talking about principle, so I put you in the center. You are the center of all the principles, and these principles are in the form of the 7 colors. You know the Vidya. The first color, let me get into it right now. Give me all your attention. The 7 principle, very briefly. I will open up one by one, but now in a nutshell, the first color is, connect these two, accept yourself. Great challenge. We are not able to accept anything. We always reject. We always resist. So the new demand on us is improve our self-awareness about acceptance. Accept yourself. A, build yourself. B, what do we build? We don't build our muscles. There is another kind of muscle that we need to build. Let it be a little suspense. I will talk about it when I come to B. We'll have the 7 alphabets in the form of 7 colors. A, accept yourself. B, build yourself. And C, challenge yourself. Very important. Challenge yourself. D, deserve yourself. We always have demands. I call it a transformation from small d to capital D, from demand to deserve. We can demand many things, but how many of them we deserve? We will see that in a great detail. E is excellent. Explore. How to break your comfort zone and forge ahead and explore the new, experiment the new. F, very powerful, my favorite. Footprint of yourself. We always create blueprints for future, blueprint for success. Time has come to think about footprints. What footprint you live before you go from this world. And last is my favorite, G. G stands for a very simple capital G, give. And once again, it's a transformation from small g. Get. We always want to get. And now transform yourself to the higher level. Augment your awareness to G. So let's go right one by one. First is A, accept yourself. For a while, what happens when we don't accept yourself? What is the opposite of the word? Reject, resist. Moment that word resist comes, what happens when you resist anything? Does it stay with you or does it leave you? Anything that we resist persists. Very risky thing. We cannot afford. What we need to do is to accept, to change our paradigm from the resistance realm to the acceptance realm. And when we accept, we will take the responsibility. When we fail, we'll say, hey, because of you, I failed. And that's the resistance. But when we accept, we'll say, it's my responsibility. I failed. I am the owner of my life. Self-responsibility. And I love my life in spite of all my shortcomings. Because if I don't love myself, I cannot love anyone. So accept yourself is about self-responsibility and self-love. And when we need to do it, do we need to accept anything when life is fine? Everything, all prizes, all laurels, all growth. No need to accept. You already accept it. They're all good, all nice. Why? You need to accept when things are adverse, when things are bad, things are not up to your expectation, especially 4 areas I found out. Health hazards, we refuse to accept. Financial breakdown, we are not ready to accept. Relationship crisis, my God, we don't accept that. And finally, pandemic and predicaments like the one confronting us, we don't accept that. But this is the crux point. You got to take the challenge. You got to be wise. You begin your acceptance at this point. You say, hey, that's a very big thing. Saying is easy, difficult is done. How do you do it? Now, 7 magics. Every point we have 7 houses. We'll go one by one. First, do you know something? We have assaulted Mother Nature. So what we have got as a return of our bad deed. In our dharma, we call it karma. It's our bad karma that has brought out this disaster. So change it. Receive the message of Mother Nature. She is kind. She is a mother. She has not given us any punishment. She wants to wake us up. Wake up. Change yourself. That's the demand. So be wise than rest of other people. If you listen to me, change yourself right now. Welcome it. Okay. Does it mean that, okay, you come and attack me and kill me? No, no, no. Welcome means, all right, I can see it. You have come. You have come. Welcome. Sit down. Have some time with me. Let me handle it. Number 2. See, now is the only capital. We brood over the past and future and we deplete our currency. That's a past is a bounce check. A bounce check. Past is a bounce check. Future is a promissory note, a hundi. Nobody gives money on a hundi. But present is a cash. So that's the capital. So put your mind in now. What is more important than what should be. Third, attitude. A lovely story just to share to him to energize you a little. Mahabharata, great literature. Who was the guru? Dronacharya. One day he caught the bad man, Duryodhan, and said, Duryodhan, go to Hastinapur, get the best people you have. We need them in our ashram. as our teacher. All right, Gurudev. Poor Duryodhan goes, and 10 days he comes back and said, I couldn't find any good people. Not a single good man in Hastinapur. I said, my God. Then I'll have to call Dharamraj. Next day, Dharamraj came in and he said, Dharamraj, go and get all the bad people. All the bad people. We will train them. We will empower them. He goes after 10 days, he comes and no bad people, sir. Hey, how can it be? In a city, there is no bad people, no good people. It's how you look at. What's there inside the mixie will be the taste of the juice. If you have bitter gourd, you will have bitter juice. If you have orange, you will have a sweet juice. So attitude is that inner juice. And you know this bitter juice that most people invest in? Can you see my cursor? These three dangerous 3 C's. Make a vow right now. At least for next 7 days. Goodbye to 3 C's. No criticism, no condemn, no complain. We keep on doing it. In fact, we don't digest our food unless we criticize someone. So this attitude will bring disaster. Change this 3 C's to 3 A's, my dear friend. Accept, adjust, and appreciate. How do you like it? I love it. 3 C's to 3 A's. Criticism, condemn, and complain. Bye-bye, farewell, and welcome. Swagat. Accept, adjust, and appreciate. Then gratitude is attitude. You know something? It has not come from a bolt of the blue. You deserve it. You got it because of your past. We created it. Thank God it has come. I'm grateful to you. Like, go back to your past. Many bad things have happened. Aren't you grateful to them? If they did not come, you won't become stronger. Okay? So, first be wise now. Not after you reap the harvest, you are grateful to my past. That everybody does. You are wiser. It's a grateful now. I'm grateful to you. There is a beautiful thing Richard Buck had said, my favorite writer. How many of you read the book, Jonathan Livingstone Seagull? And he wrote, if life presents a problem in one hand, don't forget to look at the other hand. There is a gift hidden there. Every time a problem comes, a gift comes from the other hand. Have the wisdom, say grateful now. Creativity, hey, you are not in the age of the ocean. There are a lot of stores in you. You can change things. You have a storehouse of hidden creativity. Use them and face the adversity. Opportunity, another. I love playing with the words. Not obligation. Don't take it as obligation. Take it as an opportunity. Everything is an opportunity. Your fortune is calling you. Begin now and change your future. 7. This is the starting point. Bury the hatchet. The past is dead. A new life after COVID-19. It's a starting point, so begin your race with a lot of enthusiasm. These are the 7 magics. Will help you to accept things. Let me go to B quickly. Build yours. What do you build, my friend? Your muscles? Yes, the different kind of muscle you got to build here. Develop your right attitude. We have wrong attitudes about life. The right muscles is about your right attitude. Attitude is everything. And let me give this one to you from my favorite, that Irish great poet, Robert Frost. Remember? And he says, the paths we choose and the gains and losses we sustain shape the scope and contours of our life. It's a matter of choice. So you got to choose, my friend, and here are the 7 magics. First, hey, get rid of one thing right now. Discuss. Get rid of argument. We argue a lot. Amartya Sen has written a book, Argumentative Indians. Right? We are always argumentative. You know something? Take it. Feel it in your heart. Argument creates heat, but discussion throws light. Change it. Don't argue. Put it to discussion. And in argument, you try to all the time prove who is right. You are right. You are right. So fight, conflict. Terrorism is born in the colleges, in the schools, in our homes. Unless we stop argument and get into discussion, things will not change. In discussion, we don't prove who is right. We prove what is right. And another catch. You love argument still? Get ready. Get ready to win an argument, but lose a friend. Losing a friend is much greater than losing money. Do you know that? So here we go. We are all in knowing. We load our heads with books. Books, lot of literatures, lot of knowledge. Have you heard Sant Kabir? Beautiful thing he said. Uthi pad pad jag mua, pandit hua na koi, dhai akshar prem ka, bade so pandit hoye. But one such pandit one day went to the riverside in order to cross to the other side. He had some work there. He was very educated, very fat. There was a boatman. He was sitting down. He said, "Would you take me other side?" "Of course, sir. That's my job." "How much will you charge?" "1 rupee." Those days, 1 rupee was a big money. He said, "You are doing this menial job, 1 rupee. I don't get 1 rupee from my students." But there was no one else, and he was getting late. So he said, "Okay, let me see how you can earn 1 rupee from me." He boarded the boat, and the boat started proceeding. And the teacher and the professor asked the boatman, "Hey, boatman, have you learned anything in life? Take the opportunity, learn something from me. I am a teacher. I'm a wise man. Answer my question. Come on, tell me. Look at the sun. Tell me. Can you tell me why the sun rises?" Poor old boatman says, "Son, I know the sun rises, but never occurred to me why the sun rises." "Ah, you are a foolish man. You have learnt nothing. 25 paise gone. You will not get 1 rupee." The boatman got very angry. He said, "No more questions, sir. No more questions." One more question, and this one is easy. Easy like a child. And it is about a river. You see it every day. You know it. Very simple question. I will return your 25 paise if you can answer it. So the boatman got excited, and the professor asks him, "Hey, do you know the ebb and the tide, the jwar and the bhata? Tell me why that happens. You must know that. Simple thing." The boatman says, "I don't know anything, sir. I am not an educated man like you. Don't ask me questions." Said, "Okay, another 25 paise gone." Professor said, "You foolish man. You are so smart. You will take 1 rupee from me. You will get 8 annas." Something happened. Where the northern sky was filled with black clouds. Wind started blowing very fast, and the boat dwindles on the right and the left. So does the fat teacher left on the right. And now the boatman gets his kaini and says, "Sir, you asked me so many questions. I have only one question. You know how to swim?" "No, no," says the professor. Then the boatman says, "All the 100 paise gone for you then. All the 100. The story ends here. Doing is more important. The future universities, future schools and colleges will change. My vision is to create Vikashalaya, not Vidyalaya, where 90% will be practical, only 10% theoretical. Get ready for that. Doing is more important. Took a lot of time on it because this is important. Be on a learner mode. Don't be a victim. Ask yourself, what have I learned from it? All the time. Facts, 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 facts. We are all opinionated. So many opinions, so many opinions. And we fight on opinions. Do you know? You have rights on your opinion. You don't have rights on the facts. Facts are universal. How many of you wear specs? Ask yourself. If you say this is a beautiful specs, is it an opinion or fact? Opinion. But if you say it is a specs, fact. So be on facts. There will be no conflict and you will make friends. Opportunity, not obligation. I've talked about it. I brought it back because this is about attitude. That's interesting. Problem, problem, problem. How many times you say, "Sir, I have a problem. Sir, I have a problem." Once I was a corporate manager. One guy came in my chamber and said, "Sir, I have a problem." I said, "I can see it." "What do you mean, sir?" "I'm talking about a problem there." I said, "You were talking about 2 problems. One I can see, you are a problem. Another is there." You don't say, "I have a problem." You are a problem. I'm not seeing the problem. So change that right now. Right now. Never use the word problem. Cut it off your dictionary and always say, "I have a project." Then you will do it. Nobody passes his projects to anybody. We only pass the problems to others. So project. That's an attitude. Possibility, not probability. It's so weak. Probability is a doubt. Hoga, nahi hoga. You don't know. Possibility attitude. That's it.